Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessie. This is Playful Moon Tarot. So grateful to have you here today. We are going to be checking in with our animal spirit guides to see what messages come forward. These are general readings, and the entire message may not resonate with you. Please take what does and kindly leave the rest, as that is for somebody else. And without further ado, let's get into your guys' readings. Hello, Group 1. You guys were drawn to Mouse Spirit, and the crystal ally that has come forward is the little golden amethyst star. And let's see what Mouse Spirit would like you to attend to. It says attend to the small things. So I'm hearing the attention is in the details. What are the small things? It's going to be the small things, little changes here and there. Let's see. Oops. Messages and alignment for Group 1's highest good, please. Messages of love and encouragement. What does Mouse Spirit have for us today? Okay. And, okay, there we go. There's your cards. All right. Okay, so you guys have the Nine of Cups. You guys have the Ten of Cups. You guys have the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and Page of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and then we also have the Chariot. Okay, so right away, I definitely feel like big energy around you. You guys are focused on the big picture, which is great. I feel like you guys are really driven towards your goals right now and are really feeling like where you're at is not really where you would like to be. I feel like you guys are really headed towards this Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups energy. This is all about legacy and success and wealth and all of the abundant, beautiful things that life has to offer, right? Like that's what you guys are wanting to move towards. And I feel like you guys are wanting to get there really rather quickly. I feel like recently you guys were kind of forced to make a decision. Because when the Tower card shows up, bless its little heart, but it can be quite devastating sometimes, right? When the Tower card appears. Because as you can see, it's on fire. The bunnies are getting out of there. They don't really have a choice. This is definitely a card that I feel is like a divine intervention. But when we're going through really big changes, like it's really uncomfortable, right? So I don't want to, poo-poo that side of the message because it's very, whatever you guys are going through, it definitely, it can feel a lot and it can feel very heavy, right? Because the Ten of Wands is here as this, I feel like you guys have been really, I hear like laboring over decisions, like laboring over making choices, like really and they feel like big choices, right? Everything feels very big in this reading, which that tells me that that's why the Mouse Spirit card had popped out for you guys, is because it is about tending to the little things right now. I'm like hearing like things like little small self-care things too, like taking baths and stuff like that. Really small things you can do for yourself to help comfort you through this time is going to be really beneficial because you guys are definitely going through it and you guys are definitely having to make some choices and having to walk away from something that it's like, I feel like you're ready though, because it's like the Chariot card is here. And that's all about like moving forward. And I feel like once you guys were kind of forced to make this decision, as uncomfortable as it was for you guys, I feel like that charging forth with that energy, because I feel that energy of like wanting to achieve those bigger things, like being like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm making my decision and I'm going to go like towards the abundance and the joy and everything that I'm looking for. And I definitely feel that energy of just wanting to get out of the space that you're in right now. And I feel like for some of you, that's still going to take a little bit of like transitional time. And it's still going to, you still have like, I'm hearing like loose ends and things like that. Like there's stuff, I'm hearing like divorce and stuff like that. Maybe there's like, there needs to be, things are going to take some time to get separated out, like for some of you. Okay, not for everybody, but there's like some of you in here that I'm feeling that energy of kind of like divorce and separation, and or at least like maybe not, you weren't married, but you guys were together for a long time. Maybe you guys have kids together or something like that. There's something like that within this reading, that there's a sense that you guys really want to charge forth. This decision was made, and now it's kind of like you're ready to go, but like the universe hasn't caught up with you. It's like you kind of jumped ahead and was like, okay, fine, I'm done. Like, I'm just going to set this down. And that's why the mouse spirit wants you to just tend to the small things right now. Things like self-care, the little things that you can do for yourself, the little pleasures you can give yourself, kindness, grace, understanding that things are going to unfold how they need to, the way that they need to. And this Page of Cups here is kind of like you, I feel like this is you getting back in tune with like what makes you happy. And it's not that you're not paying attention to the others around you, but I feel like for some of you, there's definitely this sense of realization that like your cup needs to be full, and these cups were no longer doing that for whatever that situation is. Whatever that situation is, right? It's going to be different for all of you, but whatever situation was not bringing you that fulfillment, I feel like that's how you're going to start moving forward and really asking yourself, like, does this make me happy? Am I fulfilled right now? Nope, then I'm going to do something else, because I really feel like you guys are just headed towards, you guys have the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. This is all like wealth, abundance, attainment. And I feel like for some of you, it's like the feeling that that's what you had, right? Like, I feel like for some of you, it's like that's what you felt like you had, and that's what you feel like you're walking away from. But there's something better. Like they're just saying like there's something that's like even better, and it might take time, but if you keep going, right, with that Chariot energy of just like keep driving forward, keep like making sure that your cup is full and that you like are happy, then it's like, then you're going to get there. Like this 10 of Cups is all about like legacy and family and having abundance. And then like the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, it's like emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance, and then like wealth, like money, home, like much abundance in both areas. And I feel like by you leading like this and leading and always making sure that that cup is full, that is like that path that's going to open up for you. Because the Queen of Pentacles understands what she wants, and she also understands patience. The Queen of Pentacles does not move quickly, okay? She understands that sometimes wealth and things like that, like I always put it as like a garden, right? Like you have a big plot of land, you're going to plant all these seeds, and the Empress and like the Queen of Pentacles, for me personally, as I read tarot cards, it's like they understand how to take care of their garden and give it patience and co-create with the universe, and know that when they're ready to receive that food and that abundance, that like the universe will provide. And that's like really kind of what I'm getting here, is that tending to these small things right now, because everything seems very big, and it's almost kind of like your guys' energy is scattered because of everything that you just went through. So I just want to take a moment and send a little bit of Reiki energy out there. I'm going to have my guide kind of work on that in the background. So if you want to receive Reiki energy, just say yes. And my guide's going to help to do that, just to help kind of balance and bring down to earth. Because I feel like it's hard when we go through traumatic experiences, when we go through loss, when we go through things like that, big sudden shocky shifty things to our system. Not only does our brain and our mind and but our like emotional body, and I'm just like seeing like people being way up here instead of being able to ground down, because grounding down into the body is really painful right now. But feeling those emotions when you're ready, Don't push yourself, but allowing yourself to sit and feel those emotions is going to help for you to process that. Like, cry if you need to cry. Crying is not weakness. It's literally cleansing you. Like, if you need to, like, take a bubble bath and just go into the bath and cry, and just, Epsom salt baths are really cleansing too. Some of you, it's really hard to be in your emotional body right now, and you're in your physical body. And so I just want to honor that and just send you guys a little bit of Reiki for anybody that wants to accept that, because it's strong. And that's why, like, sometimes when we have those big decisions and everything seems so big, like everything is just kind of like, it's just like overwhelming is like the best way I can put that. Just like these overwhelming situations, sometimes the best thing that we can do is like the small things. Remember to make yourself like your favorite cup of tea, take a bath, take a nap, put your softest PJs on, sit with your soft fuzzy blanket. Any little thing like that you can do, because little decisions sometimes even feel big when we have all these other big decisions that we're going through. And so I just really want to honor that for you, and look into golden amethyst for some of you. That might be a really great crystal ally for you to pick up, carry a little piece of it around with you. If that resonates with you. And sometimes, like, what I'll do is I will take the actual crystal and I'll hold it in my hand and hold it up to my heart space. And if it really resonates with me, I'll take a piece of it home. Sometimes I'll look up a crystal and I'll think like, oh, okay, I really want to experience that crystal. Like, it's got this vibe and frequency. And then I hold it up to my heart space and I go, wait, okay, nope, never mind. Like, and then I'll find something else. So that's one way that sometimes our crystal allies are great, but they don't always match well with us. And sometimes they come into our lives to help us with a certain thing, and then they'll kind of like fall out because we kind of not outgrow them, but it's like they came in to help us with a specific thing, and then they can go about their way, right? Like, they kind of go back into the drawer and you don't really see them again. But anyway, just wanted to let you know that golden amethyst might be a good stone for you guys to pick up. And also the number 4, they're having me look at the number 4 on that card. I know it's 40, but they're saying 4. That's also about stability and rebirth. Like, if you know numerology at all, the two main things that always stick out to me with that number is like a rebirthing process and also like stability. And I feel like it's representing of the two things right now. It's representing of that tower moment and that rebirth and getting rid of all of the things that are no longer working, coupled with you're moving towards that 10 of Cups and that stability. So I really hope that something in that message resonated. Please like, share, and subscribe if it does. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Hawk Spirit card, and the crystal ally that came out for you guys is the Tiger's Eye star. And so Hawk Spirit definitely understands like seeing the bigger picture and also those small little details, right? And when Hawk Spirit card comes into our realm here, basically it's talking about synchronicities and really being like led by spirit. You guys are really being led by spirit right now. So synchronicities, same song on the radio, like whatever kind of like resonates with that way as far as like synchronicities, pay attention to that. I pay attention to those things too. And when I'm vibing, when I'm like on the right path, when I know that I'm being led by spirit, I have my things that I see out in the world. And so they're just saying, be really mindful of that, because you guys are kind of like, I feel like some of you guys are kind of like trying to live in a different way. So let's see what the tarot cards say, because I'm getting a lot of messages that are coming through. So there's definitely something about watching for those synchronicities. And I feel like you guys are really trying to like bring in new ideas and like live a certain way. Like really taking into account the things that are resonating with you right now and really trying to like live by example, and in the sense of like if you feel like you're being led by spirit, that you really allow yourself to be led by spirit. I want 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. Okay, these 2. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Shadow. We have the Knight of Feathers. We've got the Page of Acorns. We've got the 6 of Shells. We've got the Knight of Shells. The 4 of Feathers. Temperance and the World. Okay, so I feel like for the majority of you, you guys, it's again, it's going back to this like new path. There's something about like new beginnings, new, not even necessarily like a new beginning. It's like living in like a different way, like trying something like it. I really feel like this is really talking about your guys' spiritual energy right now. That's what they're giving me, is just like this spiritual energy, like getting in touch with yourself, like getting in touch with the things that really you don't share a lot of people, things that you keep kind of hidden and buried. And some people you might share it with, but it's like you keep your cards close to your heart. And I feel like this 4 of Feathers here is you guys have really been kind of like resting, and I'm hearing like nurturing yourselves, and if you haven't been, then that's the advice. Like some of you, I felt like kind of have gone into a place where you really started to just kind of needed to take care of yourself for whatever reason, whatever was going on around you. You really needed to start to get in touch with your self-care practice is really what I'm picking up on. And there's a sense of like rest and rejuvenation and getting in touch with your intuition, which I feel like that's then when like Hawk Spirit is coming out and being like, yes, I'm here to lead you. Like you went through this phase where you kind of like went into the shadows, right? And went into those like dark recesses of like of your mind, but also like of your desires, and also of the things that you keep secret and hidden from places and from people, like you don't share them. But I'm starting to feel this sense of like you want to awaken to this new path, you want to awaken to these new ideas, you want to start living this like fully embodied life. And so I feel like the Page of Acorns and the Knight of Feathers here, it's like you're getting like your mind in alignment, and you're also getting like your desires in alignment, and you're going to like slowly start to share these things. And I feel like as you start to share and open up, these synchronicities are going to start popping out more. For some of you, you already know what it is. Like it can be a symbol, it could be like a star, it could be a heart, it could be balloons, it could be something like, or it could be a song. Like it's going to be different for all of you. It could be a number. It literally could be anything. And when you start to see those over and over and over again, like for me, there's like a certain couple symbols that I'll see, really mainly one, when I know that like spirit's really guiding me. And then I also see numbers too. I like, that's how I know. But for some people, like spirit talks through songs, spirit talks through feelings too. Like listen and be open. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing. Like that's what you guys are kind of like learning about. And now you guys are going to start taking some action, right? Like start taking some steps towards, because the Knight of Shells is also here too. So the Knight of Cups, you guys are moving towards like a balanced, harmonious co-creation with spirit. And you've got the Knight of Shells and then the 6 of Shells. So the 6 is going to be balance and harmony and joy and giving and being able to receive. Being able to receive the messages from spirit is what they're really saying. Like, yes, receiving things from other people sometimes comes through in this card, But right now, my guide is saying like the messages that spirit has for you, being open to receive them and then giving back to spirit, right? Like having that give and take with spirit is really going to lead you on this path, right? And then you've got more balance and more harmony here with the temperance card. And then the outcome card is the world. That's success. I mean, you guys could be traveling. You guys could be going to a whole new place. You guys could be moving to a whole new place, a whole new country. Like the possibilities are endless when the world card comes out. And that's what like spirit's like wanting for you guys. Like they want to lead you like fulfillment and celebration. That's what spirit wants for you. And it's like all along this journey, you're going to be guided. Like, and it's going to come through synchronicities and numbers and pictures and symbols. Yeah. This world card. I mean, this is, and I'm hearing like community too, because they also really want me to focus on the number 21. So if you add that, you get 3, which is change, but it's also community. It's like you guys are being led towards your community, towards your soul group, towards, and so Tiger's Eye is a good protection stone, and it's also good for traveling. And so if Tiger's Eye calls to you, it's fairly inexpensive. That might be a good piece for you guys to carry around right now, because there's just this sense that like you're really ready to move forward. You guys are really ready. You guys are focused, and it's like this, you know, this discovery and enthusiasm. It's like your passion is really starting to like take over what you desire, what you want. Like all of these things, it's like you're starting to allow yourself to like want them, and you're starting to realize that it's like okay to want what you want. And it's okay. Like it's okay that you give and that you take, right? Give and take. It's that balance. And the Knight of Shells is also, I mean, he's going to be looking and searching for his emotional fulfillment. And I feel like you guys are going to find that. And the more that you live in alignment with your heart space and what spirit has to offer you and wants to take you on this journey, like there's going to be hard times, right? Like there's going to be roadblocks, there's going to be detours. Like, I mean, that's just life, right? But the main message here is like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like keep letting spirit guide you. Even if you're feeling like cut off, like I have days where I'm just kind of feeling in the dark and I'm just like, okay, I'll try again tomorrow. Like, and I just see it as a day to rest. Like if I'm not feeling like I'm driving with spirit, or if like the energy out in the world is just like too much for me, I kind of go into that rest state and I'm like, okay, I'll try again tomorrow. You know, because we're not always like high vibing, constantly like forward on our path, right? Like it's also about resting and taking care of ourselves and giving us time to disconnect from spirit a little bit, right? And just go into those spaces where we just kind of take our mind off of everything, right? Do something that you enjoy doing, you know, unplug, play a video game or something like that, right? But then there's that sense of like, when you're ready and when you feel that action and that focus take over, then go forth. And as you go throughout your day, like, and you can even tell spirit, like, okay, I want to see like a bird or something. Like if I'm going the right way today, if I'm vibing right, like if this is something that, you know, is right for my path, like I'll ask, like, and sometimes it takes a few days, right? To like, but then it'll like, I'll just see it out of nowhere and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I know I'm like dialed right back in. So you can ask, like pick something, like it can be like a mushroom or a certain kind of flower or like an apple or, you know, something that like means something to you, that if you see it out, like on a billboard or on a license plate or on like somebody's pin on their jacket or on like somebody's purse or something, you know, like those very decorative bags. If you say like, okay, show me a mushroom when I'm like vibing with spirit, right? I love mushrooms. I think they're so cool and they grow in the dark. And I love mushrooms as like spirit animals. Anyway, So like it can be as random as like seeing it on like a bag or somebody's shoe, you know, like they have all these decorative like clothing items now. Like it will show up in the most random places, but then you'll know. It's like those are your guides like giving you that token and giving you that message. And you know, you just ask for it and they'll, you know, they will make it come into your existence. You just have to be looking for it. And so I really hope that something in that message resonated with you. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light on your journey ahead. I'm very excited. You've got the world, so you guys should be celebrating along the way because this is a really great card. So if anything in that message resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to Crow Spirit, and so the crystal ally that came out is the little opal star. And Crow Spirit is here to let you guys know that you guys are right on point with co-creating with the universe right now. So there's some of you that are really wanting to bring stuff in right now and are actively working towards it. And for some of you, you guys have like these dreams and visions and like ideas, and my guides and Crow Spirit are telling you to follow those. So for some of you, you guys kind of know what direction you want to go. And for the other ones out there, you guys don't know yet, but that's okay. It's like you guys are going to get that inspiration really soon, and they're just saying like go with it. Like it's meant for you. Like whatever's calling for you, even if it changes later and changes direction and like turns into a different kind of opportunity, like you guys are being led right now. And so the things that you guys are dreaming about, the things that you guys are thinking about, like those are all different possibilities of being able to come down into this existence. And I'm hearing for some of you, like we really need those things. Like my guide is saying, like for some of you, you guys have some really great ideas out there, and those like really need to become a thing. So you're being led for a reason. And so I've pulled your tarot cards now, and now let's get into, so we have the Six of Cups, we have the Judgment card, we have the Explorer of Cups, we have the Tower, we have the Empress, we have the Two of Wands, sorry, Five of Wands, I don't know how I saw the two, Temperance, we have the Magician, the Hierophant, Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay, you guys are magical, okay? Even for some of you that, like, I'm hearing technology too. Like, so for some of you, I said this in one of my past readings recently, like, you don't got to bring crystals and tarot cards to the occasion to be a light worker, to be a healer, to bring things down into existence that is going to be really helpful and beneficial. So whatever you guys are trying to create right now, like it's coming from spirit, it's coming from source, and you guys are being led in this direction to really bring these things down, and you guys have the power to do it. So the Magician is like, he understands all of the like elements of like co-creating with spirit. And whenever I pull the Magician card, for anybody that's seen the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, Belle's father, when he's down like creating, and like I always picture him in my mind for whatever reason when the Magician card comes out, because sometimes he like makes big explosions but then other times things work like really well, right? Like when he works out those kinks, right? When he works out those problems, when he kind of conquers those those problems, things run really smoothly and he creates some really awesome things, right? Like I can only imagine all of the things that that little creature can create that's not even in the movie. So for whatever that's worth, because there's going to be some, like I'm getting that there's going to be some things that come about right now that might be a little bit of a shock to the system. You guys might run into like some opposing energy. You guys might be told that your ideas, it's like too much, it's not possible. And I don't want you guys to buy into that. Like what is possible and what you want to do, it's like it's possible, right? Like as long as the technology and things are there, I feel like the opposing forces that you guys are going to run up against when you're trying to bring in this like newness into your life, it's sometimes when we strike out and we start something new, spirit likes to, I don't want to say test us, but it is a sense of testing your faith, right? Like when I first started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, I didn't start it at the right time and it was a total flop and I stepped away from it for like 2 years. And now I'm back and I'm doing it again. And there's like a whole new different energy around it. And the reason that I'm saying that is because I didn't give up. I just realized that at the time I just wasn't in the right space to be doing this. And like those things happen, but they're not meant to be like, okay, stop, stop what you're doing, don't do this. It's just meant as like a test. Like, do you really want this? Because if you really want it, when the time is right, it's going to happen. And I say that because I was pushing myself 2 years ago. I was pushing to make it the right time, and it wasn't the right time. And I needed to go through some more healing, and some other things in my life needed to happen. And now I'm here and I'm back and I'm starting from ground zero again. But the energy around it just seems so much more different now. And the reason I'm sharing that is because I feel like you guys are going to run up against things that will discourage you, and I really don't want you to get discouraged. And it can be really hard when we're in those spaces and we feel like what we're trying to do, we feel like we're in such alignment with it and it's not coming to fruition, but it will. It just needs some time, okay? It just needs a little bit of time. And I feel like with the Empress, right? Like we go through these cycles too of like abundance and then having lack, right? And then we always like can choose to focus on the lack or the abundance that we have. So stay in the gratitude, try to ask yourself, like, why is this happening? And like, how can I do something? Like, why, like, what am I learning from this? Instead of being like, why is this happening to me? It's like, how can I learn from this? Like, why is the universe showing me? Like, what is the lesson in this? Try to change your thinking around it, because I really don't want you guys to get discouraged. That's just like the main message. I was told by somebody a long time ago who was like, this is your path, like doing tarot and everything like that. This is your path. And I really don't want you to get discouraged, because this person could see that I had a battle up ahead. Like, it was going to take me a while. Like my road and my path and this journey is just going to be a little bit arduous for whatever reason, right? Like that's just how it is. And I think the harder that it is sometimes, the more wisdom that you get, which is just that much more wisdom that you can share with other people. And when you learn how to blaze your own path and you have everything, you've worked through it and you've done it yourself, then you can like tell other people like this, when they ask, like, well, this is what helped me. And so I feel like that's the message, and that's the hard part of this message, is that like there's going to be opposing forces, but don't give up. And so is this like Explorer of Cups right here? They really want you to stay with this energy. They're like, keep going after what is in here. What is in here? It's like they're showing me, it's like your soul essence is in here. It's that thing that you keep getting drawn back to. Like no matter how many other careers I tried, other than tarot, I was always drawn to tarot. Okay, I'm sharing very personal stuff in this story because I feel like I'm being called to. So sorry if other people out there that don't want to hear my personal story. Sorry. For those that do, they're just meant to be messages of encouragement. Okay, like I'm a human too, going through a very human experience. I don't want that to, I don't want to come across like I've got everything all together over here, because I have had a very hard journey too. And I had cheerleaders in my corner. And so sometimes in my dark moments, I think back to that person who was like, don't give up. Like, whatever you do, don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, don't give up. So, like, I'm just here to share that with you because that's what my guides are really wanting me to say. That's what your guides are wanting me to say. That's what spirit's just wanting me to say. Like, it's such a push to just be like, don't give up, don't give up. There's a sense of understanding that balance, right? Of being able to be in the light spaces and then the dark spaces, the light spaces and the dark spaces. Because when we take those two elements of water and fire and put them together, we create something new, which is steam. And you're creating steam right now. You're taking two things and you guys are like making something new. And they keep saying that, like, through this gateway, like the judgment card, like this is like, it's like a soul's calling. Okay. Like this is your soul calling. And it's like, what, like this, it's like almost, it's like your soul essence, right? But it's like also in the cup, and they're just like, keep like, go through those gateways, go through that. And the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like things will eventually start to turn in your favor, and you guys are going to gain a lot of spiritual wisdom on your path too, because the Hierophant is kind of like a priest type person that comes in, could be like a spiritual teacher you guys follow, could just be a spiritual practice that you have. But I really feel like having some type of spiritual practice, meditating, connecting with your guides, connecting with spirit is really going to help those opposing energies and keep you on your path. And so I really want to encourage you guys, like, you guys are very strong creators that are drawn to this reading. You guys are all come from all different walks of life. You guys have all so many different talents, but I'm also hearing tech right now. And I know, like, I'm a baby student of astrology. Okay, I love astrology. I've been learning about it for the last couple years, but I'm really starting to like study it now and like apply it to my life, because I would love to like have more astrology to add to this channel. So my little tiny baby student astrology knowledge for you guys is Saturn is in Pisces right now, which means a lot of things, but it also means that we're going to be having more developments in tech. And so some of you that are drawn to this reading, and that's why, like, I heard tech right away, like before I really even got into this reading, and I think I mentioned it at the very, like, I'm hearing tech. There's something about some of you that are drawn to this reading that have like some real big ideas about bringing some different technologies in. And I really feel like your guys' ideas are going to like be balancing out some of the other tech that's down here that might not be the most beneficial technology. Like, I'm just, for some of you, it's not tech related at all. And but there's still this undercurrent, and there's still like this, for whatever reason, this reading is also really tied to technology improvement, technology advancements. You guys are like, you guys want to create something that's new, that we haven't, like, and we're going to make, like, Saturn in Pisces, he's going to be here for a while, and we are going to make some big technological advances. Like, if you watch other people that are very studied in astrology that know what they're talking about, you know, some of their predictions as when Saturn is in Pisces for the next few years, we're really going to start to make some like technological advances as well. Like, the seeds are being planted down here. So however that resonates with you guys, just please don't give up on your path. Okay. Like, that's the one thing that is like the most stressed in this reading, is that you guys are co-creating right now, and you're just meant to trust even in the face of difficulty. Okay. And maybe things will change. Maybe your idea won't come out quite as you had originally planned, but be open to spirit, be open to the different things that come your way, because I feel like it will all balance out, and then you'll be able to look back and understand why maybe things shifted a little bit. Okay. So for for whoever that is for, okay, there's like definitely some people that is a small group that really need to hear, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on this new co creation with spirit. I hope something in that message resonated with you guys. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, take care, love yourself, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one.